both worlds coming in from
The Luna damage boost. Team fucking wipe. Let's not play. Don't play.
Oh, and
They don't play.
Get it, bro. Have it be good, right? Like their pull into the duelist goes a little bit deep. I don't know if you'll see anything along the lines of a Spider-Man come into play, but
bro, they've never played Spider-Man ever. Magban.
Yeah.
That's very interesting that Magneto is banned. You don't see that happen too often because it's, like we've talked about, one of the only solutions to strategy assault.
I mean, Wolf protected.
So
Wolf is protected. We need an Invisible Woman.
And there's no bubbles, which means if you don't have
okay, the thing.
For this match, I fear for you because Wolverine's gonna be running absolutely rampant.
They might ban Invisible Woman.
Penny Parker might be coming out just for
to enable the Wolverine.
Traps. All right, let's take a look at what else.
Talking about blue team, by the way.
I have a feeling it's gonna be
hella ban.
No Pella is gonna be out here, so strategy.
I don't know which is which.
A lot of Vanguards being
I think blue team might be a Sentinel.
After seeing Impunity running the group, make sure he will not be in the
whoa!
Third Vanguard will be
whoa!
It's time to get weird, Thor.
I mean, they know that triple Vanguard was in the
Holy
cards. They know
shit.
it's in the cards here. I mean, that's why Intergalactic made these bans. Wolverine's protected. Like, okay, like you are.
Bro, you're not gonna play triple Vanguard or whatever, bro.
Well, the other thing too is of the
I've seen like a couple
streams
streams from them. They've never played even a single game of triple tank.
Run into the blunder that is Wolverine's claws. Going in here.
There's no way they run triple Vanguard.
Absolutely end up
Intergalactic's whipping out the fucking Gamma team up with the fucking Iron Man. There's no way.
I mean, I'm so happy to
the
see
triple
it.
tank, huh?
Honestly. And you know, I guess to be fair, it was a little early
Yeah,
jumping the gun on saying
Sentinel's
Vanguard,
does
but
not run triple tank,
the
bro.
triple brawl Vanguard.
Intergalactic does.
Vanguard. I mean, you don't see the Hulk thing Venom too often, but these are three of the beefiest dudes that are gonna be running at you here.
Philo's
And
just
they're gonna be doing a lot for the mitigation because I mean, you have the indestructible guard.
Yeah, that's a insane main maxing right there.
To give the damage reduction as well from thing. So Intergalactic,
they're going for the rocket at the beginning to give armor and then just to give the move speed with the bubbles.
It's super funny that Wolverine protected, but it's more so the threat of Wolverine, which changes the tank composition as
Doomed is dead already.
It's gonna be a little chaotic here, but Hogs immediately just finds Doomed in the beginning. Kind of interesting to see a Star-Lord just get crunched by Thing. Super.
You got a Namor with Luna. Collusion's on
advantage
Tor.
Sentinels. Intergalactic having to find a way back in.
Gomez on Bucky. They're playing pretty much the meta outside of the tanks. Yeah.
Gets the better Senior Hoff.
You see, what
Yeah, they're just playing the meta.
Well on this first fight is, okay, they're not playing triple Vanguard. They still have double Duelist, and that means you can't fight on point directly. You're not going to be able to deal with all the help.
Yeah, Intergalactic has what?
So
Has a Venom when they could have
you know, they make sure that
a Namor or Bucky, two SR characters. The Senior gets off the Thing, I think.
A lot of value from the bionic hook, and it worked expertly because then they're split trying to find anyone, and because
Impunity's on the Thing now.
Thor probably one of the highest DPS tanks currently in the game, just because of the Awakening rune, and it cleaves through the enemy team, and it worked expertly because
we're sure Thor cleaves through the team. I don't think he does.
Intergalactic staging here. It's Sentinels on the defense. Intergalactic looking to flip this.
I do like the switch that they made.
Amazing. Slaying in some damage on the Namor.
I like the Namor. Namor's broken, so use it. Especially with Luna. Ramazing's gonna have the combo. They're going for it. Kurova's dead though. Gomez on. Oh, doomed.
See if there's enough to turn the tide. It's looking good for Intergalactic.
I mean, and with no strategy ult here,
Kurova does have ults.
Making the swap over to the Namor, doing the second duelist, so crucial there because now they can.
Yeah, Kurova died early, no?
Duelist comp. I mean, despite the fact that
he had to have died
there's still a lot of
early.
heals, and also with the idle aura, just able to go out onto the Star-Lord.
The Thing ult is available for Impunity.
So Intergalactic making some good swaps there. Intergalactic Legend.
Like this alone can win them in a fight.
No strategy ults. Sentinels looking to
2.5 seconds of stun.
Get ready to go out.
You know, there's a
They're
little bit of
left.
mind warp
All
that's
left,
happening
all
here
left, all
with
left.
Intergalactic, where it's Galactic Legend, but we both of us have called it Intergalactic.
They still have the Luna combo. Luna Namor combo. Intergalactic was the team that did it. But Senior Hoff is already at 90%.
It's not quite a clobbering time, though I think most of the watch is pretty much set to that. You see Impunity now moving forward, looking for the right time, gonna drop.
Impunity drops his ult. He's one shot.
Focus fire to turn Impunity, barely surviving. The heals though, very
Oh
good
my
for
god,
Galactic,
Nuke is
but comes at a cost
dead.
as Nuck is focused down instead. Sentinels still picking up 2.
And that's exactly what you want
They
to
use
see.
2
I mean,
ults
if
for
you're
this.
Sentinels getting able to force
Whilst
early
Intergalactic
Fate of both worlds and then walk
uses
back up,
1.
drop the Hornet Proteus, get a pick. It's gonna be a late kill now. A late
It's
delay
not
now
the end of
onto
the
window.
world.
Is Intergalactic,
Loki's
I
at
mean, they still have
95%.
decent amount of time. I mean, the banks here relatively equal. They're
Yeah,
gonna have it.
Loki's at 95% and Luna's at 72, so they're ahead on ult economy, support-wise.
Be on to Aramori to see, okay, how does she mitigate the damage coming out here from this Hornet Proteus? How do they stay alive with this regeneration domain?
I think it's gonna be a quick God of Mischief coming on in. In all likelihood, Kaluj though. Right now, God of Thunder on deck in the front line. Just saying, I dare you
Kaluj
to
gets
come fight
Senior
me.
off.
Punches
Oh,
Senior off right in the jaw. Drops a God of Thunder right after Sentinels, working one up. God of Mischief used.
Kurova's at
Fate of both
50%.
worlds to dance off in play.
Yeah, they need to watch out, bro. Sentinels needs to watch out. They don't have a defensive.
Keep this point. Thank you very much.
They do not have a defensive.
Now,
The Starlord
Sentinels, I mean,
ult
they
is
made it
free.
here.
There's
They're
no
going
mag.
to defend. Intergalactic here as well.
There's no
Galactic
shield
Legend gonna
tanks.
be over at this point.
Well,
Actually,
Gomez
so
is
just
back on
off, I should
the-
say. And there's no strategist ult
on
now
the
for Sentinels.
Starlord.
A Super Gomez
Oh, they just wiped
continuing to
him.
find 1, find 2, find 3. And I mean, Sentinels, it was well played from Intergalactic. Obviously, she's very, very good on the Loki. Has been played a lot of it for the squad of Sentinels. And what's so important here is Sentinels hold on to the Hornet Proteus here and also Fate of both worlds for this next point.
I mean, they get a little bit
Yeah,
of savings
Sentinels has
from
the
last
advantage.
game. Senior Huff, though, going on the backside now on the Thor.
Oh,
Impunity
no,
just
my
misses.
God, Impunity! He did not hit the clobbering time.
Meanwhile, Kurova just got simply abducted to start things off there.
Oh, Kurova's dead
Intergalactic
again.
off the early
Not his
pickoff,
best start
off the
to a
quick,
series.
Just kidnapping.
You Impunity, do something, bro.
See if this is what they need to get first point. They're just about there. Sentinels.
Oh, finally, he
stuck
probably
having
has his
back
first
5 versus
KP.
6. Kaluj just getting punched into oblivion.
I don't know how Sentinels
Has to
loses
take a step
this
off the
badly,
point.
bro.
Cap going the way of Intergalactic. And this is kind
That's
of things here where
crazy.
you have an advantage, but you don't necessarily chase too deep,
Senior
as you know it's about to be back
And the
to a
Wolf,
6v6.
95%
Especially
ult.
not on the Super Soldier Factory. It's so hard here with the rotating point and this really small choke. And there's gonna be the metal cannonball throwing Senior off on the Wolverine. You know, not getting too much. You're gonna back up here as Sentinels walking in with
Sentinels
five,
have
six
a
ults here
lot
for
of
this fight.
ults, yeah.
They're rich. They're absolutely rich. They're looking to spend.
Windows dead.
Intergalactic will see if they can hold on. Fate of two worlds used early on. Gomez, though, able to get the early pick on the window. Sets up Sentinels now for the 6-on-5. Intergalactic, what do they invest? God of Mischief has been used. Last stand ready here
Yeah,
for
the
Senior
Wolverine
Hawk.
ult can be
Senior Hawk
really
slash
big.
it,
You
slash
can-
it, looking for anything right now. Into the back. Still last stand on deck. Kaluj.
We need
does
a
he use it
Wolf
now?
ult.
He does. Into the back he
Ooh.
goes. Kaluj down.
Kaluj
Intergalactic able to get
dead.
one.
Senior
Even
dies
back
for
out.
it, though.
Intergalactic still in control of the point here to Avast. It's Fate of both worlds coming in as Aramori now on the clone.
And Sentinel still, I mean, Aramori playing this so well, getting that late God of Mischief. Still, despite the picks, despite the last stand from Senior Hoff, they sustained here on the point. They're able to stay alive. Really, really good ults. And Sentinel's still in control, finally getting the cap. They're going to have a clobbering time as Intergalactic walking in. Sure, 2 clobbering times, that's fine. I'll have 2 clobbering times. But it's, in return, you're just going to have to watch out, like, okay, who's going to force perhaps a regeneration domain, something early.
Well, speaking of clobbering time, Hogs check the watch, dropped it, but also got dropped in turn. Thing for thing, as it were. And now, right now, back to what is setting up to be another 5 versus 5.
I think that's
Sentinels
a-
in
that's a win
control
for
of the point.
Intergalactic. They go 1-for-1, but
I don't think
Hogs
he
has
would've
to
gone
use
there,
his
amazing.
ult for
Yeah,
this.
I'm not sure. The Wolverine
One
was there.
Impunity
That
still
was
has.
problematic.
Rising
Unfortunately,
dies.
the Blessings of the Deep were not a blessing.
5v6.
There's gonna be, and there's gonna be an early pickoff as well as Intergalactic.
Intergalactic
making it
has
onto
the
point.
ultimate
Sentinels
advantage. They should
downright
win
amazing.
this.
That's a lot of damage here, and Senior Hoff should be able to run wild as already. There's gonna be the Fate of a
Ah,
World.
they used a lot of
There's gonna be a
ults.
crack and impact as well from Doom as
They used a
Intergalactic
lot
in
of ults.
complete control of the point. I mean, I'm sure Hogs can delay here a little bit, but really they just have nothing. And oh no, they're gonna commit the Fate of both worlds here for Sentinel ZP, thinking they can last a little bit longer, and they just couldn't. They lost too many picks.
Oh
I
no.
think what happens is as soon as they use Fate of both worlds, like 2 people just happen to get dropped
That's
that
not
weren't in and
Kurova's
at the
best
time or
series.
right before. It was
Kurova's
just
a really good
little bit
player, but
unfortunate
this is not
timing,
his
as you
best
called
series.
out. Intergalactic now, perhaps one
So
fight
far.
away from evening things out here in our first map, in our best of
There's a
7
Starlord
money
ult
match here on
from
Rivals Fight Night.
Sentinels,
3
but
ults
there's a
on
Loki
deck
ult too.
for Intergalactic. Gotta think we're about to see Nock do a little bit of dancing via God of Mischief here in just a moment.
I mean, there's going to be the early.
Both teams have
Galactic
the
Legend coming on out.
Namor
Super
Luna
Gomez
combo.
trying to get pressure, but so much Namor damage here onto the high ground. So
Whoever's
well
gonna be able
from Window,
to
making sure to keep the pressure on. Sentinels now
to land is
to the
gonna
point,
win this.
But they're going to have to try to survive through this ult barrage.
Okay.
The horn comes in, Intergalactic with
Yeah,
one, but
they
here's
are the one to
Amazing.
land it.
A far better blow of the horn. Takes
Yep.
down 2. Sets up Sentinels here for the flip. Might not be out of this here just yet. Aramori finishes off the God of Mischief, and
save your
Sentinels pushing us to what should be a final fight now, Avast. Getting spicy here in map 1.
And absolutely beautifully played there from Kurova as well. I mean, Kurova gets the value from the Fate of Both Worlds, lets Super Gomez lives, take those players off the high ground, and just as importantly, gets the freeze on
Kurova
to make sure it's
didn't
a very
do
quick
a
finish.
good
No
job
chance
with
for the last
Zolt, bro. I
stand.
don't know why we're
Doom
glazing,
trying
bro.
to get a pick there with the buy on hook. Doesn't find anyone just yet, but gonna
Or
farm
maybe
up
I'm
that Kraken
stupid.
impact.
I don't
And you
know.
see Hogs playing really, really deep. It looks like he wants to come up behind them. Oh, they have the scout. They have the scout window. Gonna see that, but nothing really gonna happen from it.
I think, look, you have a little bit of time on the clock. You don't have enough for 2 fights. If you can get a sneaky fight start, you go for it. Hogs, though, right now, you see the pressure just going on the Hogs. Hogs gonna have to rejoin the rest of Sentinels.
Oh my god,
Ultimates,
impunity,
though,
man.
being built on up. Galactic Legend ready to go for Super Gomez. Hogs, the time is nigh, but Doom decides to open things up with the Kraken Impact.
Oh boy.
Diving on in. Has another reset ready to go. Amazing, though, gets on to his counterpart. Namor for Namor. Sentinels.
Oh,
6,
and
4,
Amazing
5.
blocks that reset there,
Super
ZP,
Gomez
so there's going to be
ult.
no more Kraken impacts as well. Sentinels looking really, really strong here on the point. The Galactic Legend going to be out for Super Gomez. Intergalactic in a really tough spot. Sure, the last stand will come out, but it's just not going to be enough. They can probably sustain here for a little bit longer, but I think Sentinels has this in the bag.
Overtime ticking on down. Intergalactic cannot touch. And Sentinels taking our first
I
map
think it
in
came
our
down to
first
the
4,
Namor Luna.
best of 7, whatever you want to call it.
I said it,
First 4 will be
whoever
more accurate,
is gonna
but,
execute it
we
better
don't see draws
is winning.
too much, but that was back and
Raw
forth.
Amazing
You know,
got
people
2
that may have
kills
went into this going like,
with
oh,
his Namor ult,
Intergalactic,
and
they're just gonna get
the
crunched.
rest was history, I guess.
Not quite the
Protect the thing. I just can't do this, guys. But more than likely, I think they really just have a focus around the thing for this map. And thing is also really, really strong.
Are you gonna
I mean,
run
you have
triple
the charge
tank?
to make space. You have the ability to.
Because I haven't
move
seen
people
him
into the
do this
mobilization field.
ever.
You can give the damage reduction when you're coming through the choke as well, because attacking that point A and defending,
Oh, yeah,
it's so
actually
hard.
on
And
triple
with
tank.
the clobbering time, you just have that AOE that AOE stun. So thing is strong, very powerful. And I think for Sentinels, it's just a question of like, how does this integrate to the rest of your strategy? Because you know you're probably going to see a thing.
He's thick too. Take it away.
There's
GP.
no way, bro. Don't
I have to
triple
say,
fucking
I love
tank,
the
bro.
spirit of having Jeff, even though you know you can't play Jeff. The fact that
That's Super
Aramori,
Gomez
she
on
just respects the
tour.
fact that one day it'll be a thing, and you can just simply walk out as
Sentinels
pajama
really
Jeff. Don't say it,
likes
Avast. I swear to God, do not do what you're about to do.
Tor.
I mean,
It's
but
the second time they're on Tor.
realistically, it's also just like a slight optimization.
Kalush
there,
was
Will,
on Tor
Because
before.
you have the bubbles to give the speed boost as well from Aramori, and then just
This
immediately
might be
do the
for the
doppelganger with
Luna.
the devious exchange. So you roll out really quickly. But
So
I mean,
the-
no, I don't
you
think
get one shots with your Tor
the
off
Jet
of the
Spirit will
Luna
live on
damage boost?
Just potentially, I mean, I don't know exactly what you were thinking. I was gonna say, honestly.
I thought you were gonna make a thing pun. I said the word thing, and I'm just
Oh,
like,
no,
oh
no,
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 I've actually activated his trap card.
I
Like,
thought you were going for like a My Name Jeff thing, and I'm like, oh, we're doing
No,
like
no.
What are we doing here?
no, absolutely not. But we are into it. It is going to be Sentinels here on the attack. Amazing. Right now, just on a little bit of monstrosity control on the side.
Dueling Senior Hoff, yeah, they're on the and with both Luna Snows up, that means there's going to be that frozen spawn team up for both of them. But the pressure here,
they
the
got
pressure from
destroyed, yeah.
Intergalactic, just so
Like,
much
yo,
damage.
judging by
Just
their
Window
position, you'd
on
think they
the
were on
Dodgers
defense,
range,
but they're on
builds
offense.
a
He's
humongous amount of
completely
stacks
went
there.
behind
Using
him.
that cooldown because I mean, you drop the primary fire, you drop the melee, you just build an incredible amount of dark magic for the Maelstrom of Madness, and while the duel is happening, Intergalactic just kind of walked over Sentinels.
Yeah, and speaking of compositions here, are you liking the triple tank for Sentinels on attack for
That's
this
really weird,
particular
man.
map? Or, Intergalactic
To
right
be
now,
on point.
they're not running it themselves. They're just
On
running
high
2-2-2.
ground? Interesting.
Well, I mean, I think it depends on the.
Oh,
we can discuss it too as the
boy.
fight goes on, because Kalush already gonna take down Nook, and that means they just completely cancel the God of Mischief. It's gone.
Oh my! Holy fuck!
Perhaps the biggest whale
Oh.
we have seen all day
Oh
long as
my
Intergalactic
God, bro.
just clean sweep Sentinels.
Oh
off
my God,
the
bro.
map. Triple
I don't
Vanguard.
think you go in there, Doom.
That's the power of Namor Luna, plus Bucky.
What a play,
Damage
ZP. What a
boosts
play. I mean, like, it was looking
both
very
those
hectic there in the
ults.
portal to make it the point. You think Sentinel's like, okay, you get an
But
early
Sentinel
pick onto
still
them,
has
you
the
completely deny
advantage
the value of
because
the God of Mischief, but just that
Nuke
combination
died
of the
while
Kraken impact plus
Loki
the Horned Proteus,
ulting.
it's so much damage early, and it's so hard to respond if you
So
don't pre-pop
they have the
Strategist.
defensive advantage. They have so much
Sentinels
more
another crack
ults,
at it.
though.
Only a
That's the
minute 30
problem,
left. A
though.
lot of time has been burned away here thus far. Kaluj in on the strange.
Yeah, this should be
Agamotto
free.
warmed up, ready to go. Just needs to look for the
Really
right
free.
opportunity. Doesn't want to get.
They're not
in a
even close
situation
to
where they see value
anything.
instead, over the top, using this as cover, could drop right down. And Intergalactic, I think that they sense it out a little bit here, Vast. They realized it might have happened if they stood in the doorway.
Oof, you get the
Agamotto
Luna-
still going to be
Luna
used,
dead,
and that is
Loki
a
too.
dead Luna
Yeah.
Snow. Kaluj still finds the opening.
Could make the argument that maybe, okay, like
There's-
it's a little bit of
there's
an
a
overinvestment.
lot.
You had a pick, you had a ton of point control, but
The
it
Bucky was a
guarantees
little
the
too
win, right?
much.
And they set it up.
And the
Kaluj
fact they
using
lost
local
the
rotation to get
Loki
above them,
ult
trying
run.
to set up, like, hopefully for they're going to recontest. I can drop the Eye of Agamotto on them. And for Sentinels, I think you can walk away from that being very happy, only having to drop 2 ults. You didn't have to use the Fate of Both Worlds. You didn't have to use the Horn of Proteus. That's just 2 Vanguard ults right off the bat. As Super Gomez here on the Thor, and we can talk a little bit more about this triple Vanguard here and why particular Thor. And the reason I really like the Thor here for this triple Vanguard is Thor, because he's able to use his shift to go up the high ground and to do so much damage with the Awakening Rune. It's so strong.
Right now, everyone is burning ults. No one, one person's died. Hog's actually first to fall in
Nuke
this
has
big
his
ult
ult.
exchange.
He can match.
Fate of Both Worlds still active here for Sentinels. God of Mischief gonna be
They can do
invested at the
their
same time.
Nimar Luna combo.
You see Sentinels right now.
Both team
down
can
one,
do it.
getting forced back
Can do it.
a little bit here in the moment. And it's just a full regroup a little bit, just waiting to be back at full strength. Now moving in, Aramori gonna use the stolen ultimate.
Ooh,
Fate of Both Worlds. Senior
Wow.
Hoff though, off the horn.
The strange ult to set up
And Intergalactic seen
The,
the opening there. I mean, they played it
the
slow.
Namor
There's a
Luna
little bit of
combo.
both back and forth, and they just
Kind of
make
like
sure
a
to
Rudolph.
as soon as that Fate of Both
Stopping
Worlds
them
is
from
popped,
moving.
they're looking to drop a combo. They're looking to try to catch them there on both sides, on the other side of the high ground. And
Yeah. Dog, I don't know about this Thor pick.
Intergalactic drops the Eye of Agamotto and the Horn of Proteus, and it's like, okay, fight done, well played. They'd removed Super Gomez from the high ground too, or at least pressured him off. And Intergalactic playing this extremely well on the defense so far. Sentinels looking to come back in. Sure, they'll have some Vanguard arts of their own, but there's gonna be a Fate of Both Worlds. So Intergalactic have plenty of sustain options as they're just gonna poke from the high ground.
And Intergalactic doing a great job of buying time again. Only 2
Intergalactic
minutes left for
has
Sentinels.
the
First point
defensive
really was
ult
not
advantage
super swift for them.
with their Luna.
You look at this, Doomed with just a quick little flank check.
Please, Luna,
All
don't
clear,
die.
Luna on back.
Please don't die, Luna.
Yeah, I mean, if someone's on the flank, just a quick bionic
Oops,
arm.
I don't think he
No
meant to
punishment
do
for
that.
it. Bionic arm attempt though comes out. Does
You have
not
two
hit the strange.
extremely
Kaluj,
powerful
perhaps the most
tank
slippery
ults, yeah.
backside around.
Oh, good
We have
shit.
clobbering time in from
Good shit left
Sentinels.
it up.
No eliminations from it here though. Just
Impunity.
one fate of or both worlds coming in from
Oof,
the
the
bell.
Luna
And
damage
Intergalactic
boost.
cracking
Team
impacts
fucking
from
wipe.
Doomed.
Let's not play. Don't play.
Oh, and that
They don't
was
play.
absolutely beautiful there from Intergalactic.
And they have
I mean,
a lot for
they
next fight,
approach,
too.
Hog's gonna drop the clobbering time, but they have so
Both teams do,
much
though.
damage. And sure, they had to trade 2
They
ults
didn't
for
have
that
a
win,
single
but there's still gonna be plenty
defensive.
here. I mean,
You
actually,
have
kind of
two
they drop the
now.
clobbering time their own.
Okay.
And just the reset's totally worth here. And Sentinels, they get to
But
walk
Nuke
in
is
here,
gonna have his
plenty of
ult
ults,
soon.
But now Intergalactic, they have the option to, okay, do we look to
Yo,
potentially drop the
Intergalactic can
Agamotto, Horn
completely
Proteus combo yet again?
deny
We control
Sentinels,
the high ground.
even with the
Sentinels
two
have to worry
defenses.
about all the flank pressure. They always have to be constantly watching.
'Cause
for
they
the
can
Namor.
just
And of
kill
course,
him through
very
it.
early blessing the deep, get him off the high ground maybe. They don't.
With
They
the
don't get him off the high
combo.
ground.
If they can go for a time whale,
They need to
I'm all
look out for the
it.
window
Work in
for
progress
this
on
strange
Time
ult.
Whale.
I like that. I like
If this
Time
trench
Whale's
can
pretty good.
stop it from
We'll
moving,
see how they set
Or
this one up. Cracking
Gomez.
impact though. In
Oh, boy.
Super Gomez.
Oh, they
dancing
get
around,
nothing
the
out of
horn
it.
comes on in.
they get nothing
Fidel,
out of a triple
gone.
combo.
Sentinels up one so far in this fight. Got him
So without Sentinel though, Ramis gets no one.
Anything that can even the scales. No.
Curva
other
still
ultimates
has
really
his
able to
ult.
be used here. Impunity. Might
Yeah.
be checking the watch soon. 94%. Clobbering time. Soon to be
Impunity
ready to go, but
soon.
Intergalactic
Soon
invests. I think they'd
impunity.
rather just back up a little bit, get back up to 6, and then use it if they can. But Impunity nearly falls. I think that was a regeneration domain that just barely saved him in the moment.
Clobbering time comes out though, catches the back line. Can they get anyone off of Hogs' clobbering time? I think they can. There's the damage. I mean, so crucial. They're still alive for the time being, but they have no ults. The regeneration
still
domain though,
up.
keeping everyone alive, but it might just be the slow loss.
Oh,
but
Nuke has his
however,
ult. Fida's gonna have his
holding
ult
on
soon,
to the There is a
too.
chance he can stay alive. Yeah,
That's
there
a
it
big
is.
advantage
Fatal
for
Bolt
for
invested. Regeneration
Intergalactic.
domain once again proving. God, what a strong part of the Loki kit here, even off of that.
Coolidge
Yeah,
gets no one.
Intergalactic, they could just double dance here. 'Cause
Bucky plus
now
damage
you need to
boost.
follow up
That
with
Bucky
another
plus
fate
damage
of
boost
both
gonna come in.
worlds. as Intergalactic feeling nice and healthy here on the point. Looking
Yeah,
to get
Bucky
decisive
damage boost.
down.
Both teams can
Aramori,
do
though,
it.
coming in with the dance of her own. Fate of both worlds after the God of Mischief. Super Gomez, cracking
Ooh,
impact.
boy.
Doom, though, getting far more. 2 down. Both supports out from Doomed. Just eviscerates the backline of
Both
the
Buckies are
Sentinels.
going
So it's
insane,
another
bro.
reset
Both
as
Buckies are
well.
going
Another
apeshit.
reset, just gonna keep getting resets. Super
Oh
Gomez,
my God, Gomez might wipe.
alive, could do it all, but I just don't think there's enough health.
Holy shit, Bucky, man. This fucking Bucky character, dude.
No, there isn't.
No, the
And
problem there-
Intergalactic, I mean, just played that so well.
Good shit.
Yeah, I mean, they're galactic.
It's
4
hummus.
minutes to attack. Actually, that sounds really good right now. But Vaz, what do we see?
I would love some of that. I mean, I'm currently seeing pretty much the same comp. I mean, this is like to be expected. It's the same comp for both sides here. No major adjustments. Intergalactic.
Yeah, I think the tour for Sentinel'S was really bad, bro. The tour didn't do anything.
Okay, how do we make space? How do we immobilize?
Then we switched to
them? How do
Bucky
we
and
find
they
someone
started
we can pick
moving.
off here? Maybe drop a Maelstrom Madness on his window. It's really, really low. I mean, both Vanguard just getting absolutely pounded on the approach.
Yeah, I mean, right now, the goal here is you're taking damage, you're building up ultimates. Ideally, you don't give up a pick, because you give a pick, you're going to get sent back. Intergalactic, though, is getting completely pummeled. Regeneration domain, the
Yeah,
only thing
Nuke,
keeping Puny
Nuke
down,
has his ult already.
It is gone. However, God of Mischief is up, and Nux just barely saves window. The
Oh,
poke
Kalush
from
is low.
Sentinels has been overwhelming.
Ooh,
Intergalactic,
Gomez
though, all that
dies.
poke
That's
damage they
insane.
convert into an earlier ultimate.
That's
They
so
use it to take down Super
fucking
Gomez,
good,
and now they
actually,
have the 6v5
because Bucky
Sentinels.
dies.
Up to them to respond. God of Mischief from Aramori into, oh dear Lord, the whale. The horn was huge from
my.
Amazing.
I mean, it was looking a little, things have been looking a little grim lately. Another
Oh
big joke, by
my
the way.
God,
I mean, I
bro.
think overall
Namor.
that was just a really well played though from
Namor,
Sentinels because,
dude.
okay,
Gomez died,
absolutely
bro.
farms the God of Mischief off the regeneration domain there in the choke when everyone's just taking so much damage. Gets it a little bit earlier, they can get a ton of pressure on Super Gomez, catches them right before
Yeah, the pick
Aramori is
is-
able to God of Mischief.
can't.
But the Horn of Proteus in the choke, I mean, it's just so brutal. There's a reason
senior
Sun Tzu
off is
talked
at
about this in the Art of
80%.
War. I'm pretty sure about how chokes are very, very strong. You should throw your whales down there.
I mean, look,
You're
I
gonna
just
have
the Simpsons
Dur
predicted back in the day,
Namor
they said
combo
nuke the
soon.
whales because it would have stopped this from happening. Namor would
Oh,
not be a
wow.
top tier pick without these
They have
summons.
no
Super
defensives.
Gomez, cracking impact. Over and in. One down so far. Looking for a little bit more. However, horn is blown.
Corva has to ult. That's impunity that ulted right there.
This time, though, no one falling down from that one. Nuck.
Ooh, nice. Really well done by Window here. Goes right before or in front of Hogs to block off the healing from the Luna ult with his shield. So Hogs dies. Doesn't get healed.
Even with that great damage,
They're
you're going to be
going
able to
for
contest
the-
here
ooh,
with
okay.
the portal. Get it with the high ground. And what's Intergalactic planning to do here? I mean,
Oh, Hogs just dies instantly. Kalush has his ult, but he's gonna die before he can use it. He gets no one.
I don't think so because there's just so
He
much
doesn't die.
healing from
Oh,
Intergalactic right now.
wow.
Intergalactic, only a minute 20 left.
Fidel has his ult after. No one dies. Doom has his ult in 30.
No one getting hit by the whale this time around. Sentinels, though. Still
Your
looking for
senior
ways through.
Hoff
Aramori,
needs to
God of
charge his
Mischief.
ult fast. He's at 80%. He needs to
Hey,
charge
there's
it.
three Lokis up here, by the way, right?
Oh my God, you're Rymazing. You do not win this. You do not win this, Rymazing. Loki one-on-one. You don't win this, bro. You don't win this, lol, bro.
Also, Intergalactic winning the war of attrition right now, getting the convoy moving on forward. And
They still have a
this is
Namor ult. They
very
still have
winnable now,
Bucky
3.5
ult.
minutes
They
for
have a
Intergalactic.
lot.
I mean, and that
They're gonna
once
have
again,
four
Intergalactic,
ults
I mean,
for
they
next
had the heals
fight.
up. The Horde of Proteus,
Sentinel's gonna have
unfortunately,
two,
for Rymazing just
maybe
didn't
the
find the
Luna.
value they needed, like maybe a pick to probably get something in that fight. And then because of that, I mean, the reposition coming up from Nuck, sitting on the high ground. 3 Lokis doing all that. Jake talked a little bit during EU, but Loki does a lot of damage.
Yeah,
a lot
Loki
of damage
does.
from primary fire. And having
Bro,
3 of them all shoot
Loki
you, I mean, that's just
and
the worst
Adam
case scenario
one-on-one,
for
bro.
DPS, seeing 3
No
Lokis there
other
and have
characters in the game
regeneration
will
I mean,
beat them outside of
generally
tanks.
more. I mean, 1 Loki is bad enough, let alone 3.
Oh,
This is
Hogs
not a good
just
sign, but Window,
dies
Eye Agamotto
instantly.
ready to go. You gotta think he's eyeing the Sentinels, all clumped together. It's prime time, the stop time, but on the other end, it's doomed.
Bro,
Just
they're not
crunches
playing,
Amory
bro.
with the
They're
Kraken
using
impact
everything.
and is
They need to
not
kill
stopping.
Korova. They need to
Again,
kill
count at
Korova.
3.
98%.
Another window, and
He's
doomed
dead.
himself
GG's.
for 1 more.
And then, I mean, I don't even know if they're going to be able to contest here, ZP. I mean, they have full cap.
Hogs
I don't think
has
it's
his
gonna be
ult.
possible. No chance a portal's going to be opened up in time. And
yeah,
there's going to be the
it's
cap.
over.
I mean, map goes the
It's
way of Intergalactic.
over.
And this
Good
is versus
shit.
who we're thinking is
Good
potentially
shit,
going to be the chance with
Intergalactic.
Sentinels, and they played that.
Oh, let's get it.
Very,
We're
very
up.
time efficient as far as the viewers and players are concerned, because just
Oh,
tune
no.
in every week,
Okay, I was
see
gonna
some of the
say.
best matches of one of your favorite games.
Are we
and
sure
that's
this
it.
is
If you get
Intergalactic on the
storyline,
right side,
everything,
advanced
one
mag?
day and you're done.
Yeah, this is flipped. This is flipped.
Here we
This
go.
is flipped.
Bands already in.
This is
Magneto,
flipped. This
no.
is flipped.
Groot out. Vanguards are getting attacked once again, and they're going to protect
Or
the
is this
sky.
Sentinels?
Star-Lord back in action.
Sentinel. I mean, I really loved also during that spiel that they were
Maybe
like,
it isn't.
okay, enough talking, ZP. We need a lot of high
Bucky
ground, a lot of high ground,
protected.
but also a lot of with the Bionic Hook too. So they have some good options.
It's Sentinel's pick, chat. Let us know who is going to win this game as the final ban comes in. Venom
They
ban
banned
for
Venom.
Intergalactic over on the Sentinel side.
Okay.
No more Wolverine again? We'll see what they do.
Hugs
In the
does
meantime,
play Venom.
Let us know. Who do you think is going to win this game and a social experiment?
Wolverine about.
Who is the...
Winning team takes home $1,000, and of course gets to be the defending
Yeah,
team
teams
next week.
really like to play
It's going to be Intergalactic
on the bottom
the
side.
attack to kick things off here, and
But you just
anything
switch to
surprising
Storm.
YouTube comp like
Anything
right now,
that cleaves, that does AoE
Not
damage, you just
surprising, but who could have thought?
dislodge
You see a
them.
Loki, you see a Thor, and you see
Bucky's
a
good
Hela,
here.
which
It's
means
not the best
that you're
for,
gonna be seeing that pretty
the
much all that
Namor,
value from
though.
Hela when they get Neo limbs, rezzing players that have fallen, getting bonus health as well if they're not fallen. So Sentinel's playing a very, very like tanky style here, trying to anchor up here on the point, try to make sure that Amazing on the Hela gets a ton of value.
Armory's
but
dead.
Intergalactic playing this so well, making
They're
sure to
they're
try
cooked,
to
bro,
split around,
like-
get damage from both sides is not.
This
all that
never
Loki
made sense
goes,
to me,
sets up
man.
some
This
doppelgangers
never
that
made
actually get
sense to
pick.
me.
It's multiple picks, really.
Yeah, and Intergalactic just able to
Will they
roll on
TP?
through early on.
You
Not
probably
too
will.
shabby here early on Midtown. And you know, take a look here. I think you kind of have to.
Window
look where things
could
are
counter
going for
TP
next fight.
maybe,
You have to
but they
think
don't
Air
TP,
Warriors
so
is gonna be
it's
a
not
quick God of
necessary.
mischief into fate of both worlds, and it's just going to be buying time for Hogs, Collusion, Gomez on the triple Vanguard comp to find.
New
an
cap
opportunity.
90%. Aramori has her ult.
You see clobbering time gonna come
Oh,
out.
Gomez is
Hogs
low.
Getting caught, but you see Doom gonna be popping this crack and impact. Actually, not
Two
getting
defensive
any reset
used,
here, ZP.
one on both
Yaya
sides.
Yamamoto trying to find some.
Oh,
but
Amazing
my
gets
gosh,
one
the
shot,
press, you can't get
260
safe with the burst
damage.
when Window has the full maelstrom of madness.
Right, Amazing Hill went down early. They lose the Hela early in the fight. Fate of both worlds still.
Hugs is
active.
gonna have
Vanguard
his
still
ult
working
soon.
at a one-man advantage here so far.
Ah, they fucked up.
See who's gonna go. Agamotto gonna be invested by Cluj.
Clobbering time
Got
good
a
here for
thunder.
Hogs or ZP as well, so it keeps a lot of stun
Oh,
here
Gomez
on
is
the
dead,
point.
huh?
But Doom gonna have another crack and impact here.
Oh
touching
my
here on the
god,
point, getting
Doom.
one pick,
He's
getting
not
the
gonna
reset,
die,
all the
bro.
resets available, a little low,
Every
but
time he
getting
ults, he
healed,
gets
getting
like
love here
50
from Fidel.
health
And Doom,
from his
I mean, on
abilities,
this,
man.
we talked
It's
about it
just
a lot,
insane.
but on the Winter Soldier, Doom has been getting so much value here for Intergalactic.
Yeah, it's also a little bit of Loki farming. and
Why
some
are
farming
they
there at the
on?
beginning, but
Why
it's
do they
sort of
put
like,
Gomez on
I need a
Thor?
reset on my crack
Why
and
do they
impact.
do
Loki,
this?
where are you? Where's like one of your
Why
many
do
Loki
they do
clones?
this?
Feed me.
It
don't
is. I mean,
understand,
it's a
man.
classic. It's like, oh no, I'm almost out. I'm almost out of resets.
don't
I
understand.
need some more crack and impact. The humble Loki clone, seen there in the corner.
Bro, instead of running Namor,
Now,
Bucky,
setting up
they
here,
run Gomez on
next stage of their
Thor.
offense.
Like, this makes no
Rearranging
sense,
here a
bro.
little bit. Sentinels, I mean, they have they had the goddess of death, but overall, Intergalactic, I think their old make looking very good.
Yeah, I mean, they open with clobbering time. Do they
Oh,
get an early pickup?
boy.
They absolutely do. The follow through, devastating. 3 members of Sentinels just immediately.
Aramori ult,
And they're just
Ramazing
keeping
is
this
dead.
convoy well on its way.
Aramori is alone on point.
And that's Intergalactic.
She's
I
gonna
think, just
die.
investing ults to try to secure this fight really, really early.
I guess she
There is gonna
does.
be a
She did
potential
die
weak
there.
test for
Okay.
Sentinels, but they decided to pop both
Fido's
sides
at
right away,
97.
and the clobbering time. Try to just find picks very, very
Doom's
early.
at
They do
984.
get the mission out from Aramori. There's gonna be the Pearl directly onto the point here, or it's just the regeneration domain, which is actually a pretty big cooldown gone.
They can match, they can match.
Generation domain used. Intergalactic now again pushed back a little bit. Sentinels looking to make this defense a good one.
They need to watch out for the Bucky.
Take care of Cluj. Has Agamotto ready to go. Of course, around
Oh
corners, one
my
of those
god,
deadly
Doom,
places is
Doom's
Tempo.
always gonna be
Gets
free,
stuns.
no?
Cluj gonna live.
Oh,
Wants to
Ramazing's
go.
killing
Right,
everyone.
Amazing falling through, though.
Where
Keep
is he?
them
Where is
protected.
he? He has to be behind
Heavy,
him.
heavy damage
He has to be
from
behind.
Sentinels to hold this corner.
Okay, I know where they're
It's
running
just one of
Tor.
those moments
They're on a
where
hella
they committed some ults earlier. They committed the
hella
they committed
low-key
the God Mission,
Tor,
they
so they
committed
have the
those
team
Vanguard
up
ults.
so
Sure,
they
they
can
farmed it
revive
back up
everyone.
for the
I don't know
volume
how
fight, but Intergalactic
Rising
having
just
this
killed
issue
everyone.
where the portal comes in,
He had
and when
to
the ults
have
get
been
traded,
behind him.
They're just waiting. They're waiting
Or on
for
an
some
angle.
strategy to get up. And Rising played that so well. The damage was from the team up, obviously paying dividends. Just utilizing the high ground to continue to get value, and just sitting in the back as well, just elevated away. It just gets those multiple picks, which is giving the bonus health to his front line at the same time.
Yeah, I mean, if you're Aramori or Super Gomez right now, you are absolutely loving any play for Amazing can land even a single final blow. But here we go, Intergalactic. The horn at the ready here for Senior
Nick
Hop.
has
Not
his
a whole lot
ult.
else to go with it here just yet. Both teams
Intergalactic
playing up
has 2 ults.
See the damage force
two
opportunity
defensives.
back. Fate of both worlds now gonna be burned.
No one dies.
Horn used.
Ooh,
All
Kalush
through is gonna be
dies.
there. Kalush down. Intergalactic with 1 here so far. Nuck
Rising is
still
dead.
dancing.
Holy
Not much
shit.
else to come on over, but Rising down. 5 versus 4. Now for Intergalactic.
They need to play for their
grinding
Luna.
this one
It's
through.
it's at 80 and 20 and 20. Play safe.
Very dangerous
Play
there
life.
on point, just being the
87,
tank, being the
87,
tank when there is no
87,
Vanguard currently,
90.
as Hogs make
Play
it
safe,
back,
guys.
get
Play
to the
safe.
point.
Play safe.
Sentinels still firmly in control, and I mean, we're approaching a last
97.
fight soon. I mean, maybe 2 more
Last
fights.
fight territory.
As Intergalactic,
There's
they'll have
130
the
left,
Fate of
bro.
Worlds.
Chill out.
They're gonna have the Kraken impact here yet again. They need to make sure they don't lose anyone on the chase. They don't, luckily. As Sentinel's gonna back on up. Super Gomez getting pretty low. And Sentinel's just continually to masterfully cycle these ults, keeping everyone up. No one's going down, and I feel like I might have to put.
Alright, we need
pressure
an
on Senior Hop.
Intergalactic
It's
to
playing
ult
the more,
fast, bro.
and we need to see
Oh
more
my
ults, and
god,
that
what?
is unfortunately not going to be what you wanted to see.
That's not good, bro.
Just the quick little headshot, the dink you love to hear when you're playing Helen. Amazing goes, yeah, another challenger, Bucky? Absolutely. By the way,
Now they're
front
looking
line
can just
attack
charge his ult
in
for
this
free.
particular situation, you see Sentinels just moving forward.
Intergalactic
on the
has
side,
2.
But, you know, you just buy so much time when you get pick off like that, and Thing might have had enough.
Senior off here again, holding onto the Horn of Proteus, so and the Kraken impact there for Doom. So there are options. There are options to break through these strategies.
Yeah,
Rising
was behind him.
The Fate of Worlds shortly after. A lot of space here for Intergalactic, as there's gonna be the strategy.
Ooh, nice bubble. Kalush just kills everyone.
It's literally all out there on the field, as you say, but off the Agamotto, Kalush able to get 2.
Amazing ult.
Decent amount.
Nuke still has his ult, but yeah. I think they die quick and Strange TP.
I don't think they're touching again.
I do not think they're touching again. And they do touch, it's not going to be a great touch. It's going to be really hard because
He's going for a
they'll
TP.
probably pop the God of Mischief to keep them
I don't
alive
think
for
they
the strategy
can,
ult, but
yeah,
they need a
they
portal. They need something on
Ooh,
like right
they
now.
did get the
through
TP.
God of Mischief, so
Oh boy.
There's a chance. There is a chance. It's very, very small because there's
Kurva
so
does
many
have his ult.
Sentinel side, so they need something else. They need something very
Doom
quickly.
switch to
Doom on the
Psylocke.
Psylocke, though,
Impunity is at
actually might have
99% to his ult though. I do think that Window can get back though through his TP.
Amazing, though, on the backside, takes down Fidel. And that was the kind of the problem with the portal last gas here, is more about touching the point and then hoping for the best. And the best simply did not come. Sentinels holding strong on the convoy.
Here come the butterflies.
Yeah.
And here's the worst part, unfortunately. The Dance of Butterfly
Yo,
finally gets
Ryan
done.
isn't
Even if
carried
maybe
this
not, they
so
probably would've gotten the goal
hard.
anyways, but on top of that, while you're ulting,
He
you're
killed
not
2
considered contesting the
people
card.
while
So
they were
around
using a lot of
because
ults.
Doomed was not touching that card.
Intergalactic.
I was not expecting the puck and
He
butterfly
literally
shit.
won them to fight
Yeah, that
alone.
caught me off guard.
He's really just floating in. Like, floating
Alone,
in is just like
bro.
an angelic voice
Alone.
saying something and leaving. But now they're on the defense. They're going to be swapping actually off the Namor, playing the Winter Soldier. And cheese, a little portal cheese. Love that one.
Honestly, it's just a quick time deduction is what you're seeing right now. Saying we will start the game
like
in about
10 seconds or however much.
yeah. It's
they're
longer than
like
that. You take a look.
18
It's still up there.
seconds.
It's like a good. We will start the game 18 seconds later than when we're supposed to start. That's all it is. A small tax deduction of time, if you were.
Of course. The IRS of Time Bank. And now, Kalush, Vision here, and all of Sentinels have now just made it over here to the stairwell on the left side of the spawn. Decided that we want to take the high ground effectively fast. We don't want to slog it through.
Boy.
And I mean, immediately rewarded by Fine Window.
Yeah, you just saw Windows HP drop, and gone.
The window's been shattered. It's been shattered. No more window. They've broken the
Yo,
glass.
that's a really nice
It
play by
wasn't
Impunity,
tempered
bro.
glass. That was like the cheap
They're
glass
just
that will
doing nothing,
actually
I
cut
guess.
you if you
They're
ever
moving.
interact with it. That's the type of glass that got broken there. And look, very, very strong opening here from Sentinels, setting the tone. Intergalactic, I mean, it's still going to be a relatively clean fight at the start here. No one with ultimates just yet. But the neutral game for Sentinels, unmatched to start things off.
A very aggressive position here, letting Super Gomez just trying to farm up damage here with the Awakening Rune, cleaving through all of Intergalactic. A lot of dark magic. They're going to play here in this bubble, actually. Very interesting. Just going to keep playing on this side, getting a lot of heals as no one goes down yet.
Sentinel's Gomez getting very, very low. Healed right back up. Fantastic rejuvenation domain coming out from Aramori. Keeping everyone nice and healthy here on Sentinels. Enough time for Kurova to come in with Fate of both worlds. Senior Hoff, Kraken Impact ready to go on the other side. Has been playmaking here for Intergalactic.
There's no on both
Collusion,
sides.
Moving forward. Akamoto denied. Senior Hoff with the damage.
Just kills
the rest of his team. Goddess Death going to be brought back to ground here, but not before getting the pick onto Loki in the back, which reses Super Gomez back into the fight. Still winnable.
Man, they couldn't get the Goddess of Death down fast enough. Really good dodge, though, from Senior Hoff, making sure to use the Trooper's Fist to get around the clobbering time. So that was really, really well done. They're going to get the late pick again onto Super Gomez. So he says, hey, I'm back. Oh, I'm gone again. Goodbye. And they've held on to the Kraken Impact and the Goddess of Death for Intergalactic. So if there was ever a fight, interesting. They're choosing to drop the portal, get down the Ivagamotto there.
Ult.
Yeah, that portal was the selfish portal. I'm going to use this to set my ult. What we saw from Kaluj. However, it's straight out. Kaluj ends up dying for it. It's Intergalactic actually trading out a little bit better right now.
Doomed is gapping.
Drops on down, gets amazing right after, and just like that, Intergalactic continues to make the presence zone here on point A. Only a minute 14 left remaining for Sentinels. They very well could get full health.
And Senior Hoff still holds on to the Kraken Impact as well. And sure, there's going to be some support. There's going to be some strategy that's coming up here soon for Sentinels, but if you pause it before, could be a very risky spot. And you have to count that. That was a little bit of a selfish portal, or at least an interesting portal there for Kaluj, going for the quick recontest, looking for the Ivagamotto.
Kaluj. Kraken Impact used and
not able to burst it down.
Yeah, that's a good, honest Kraken Impact. You know, no double dipping, as it were, as Kaluj and Aramori find 2 pickoffs off rip.
Nuke, he dies.
Intergalactic, they have to be kicking themselves, CP. They have to be kicking themselves there because they're like, okay, we know we have ults, we know we have a Kraken Impact to potentially find someone. They just couldn't burst down that target fast enough to get the continued resets, and they all get caught by the clobbering time. And I mean, now that point's going to go the way of Sentinels, and Intergalactic, their backs up against the wall a little bit more. They might even get staggered. Yeah, they are getting staggered.
Yeah, Doom saw, I think, looked at their end, and Hog saw Doomed, and I think at some point Doom was just like, all right, yeah, let's do this. Kind of like Iron Man 3, where like that, you think back to it, and it's just like, okay, you know, I'm getting sent out of the suit. All right, let's go time. And
I can't think back to it. I can't remember it, CP. That is a very, I mean, it's not an esoteric reference, but I just not gonna remember. As you see, Aramori and Raimazing fighting for the flank really aggressively here as this Loki Hela combo, which I love to see. I mean, you have to be trying to take some flank spots. You have to be looking to try to win something on the flank there as their Generation Domain used early, and here's gonna be the God of Mischief, so they're gonna have actually holding on to the Fate of Both Worlds, so they can pop it a little bit later.
Well, Fate of Both Worlds, once more, a dance-off. As you see Super Gomez going in deep, God of Thunder lands directly on Loki's head. And Asgardian Conflict going the way of Sentinels, and they are real close to victory here. As you see, they only have a little bit further to go.
I mean, that was a bit of a masterclass. Aramori holds on to the Fate of Worlds for so long, recognizing, oh, I don't need to pop this right away. And then damage boosting, empowering Super Gomez there. So the God of Thunder gets a pick. Can they even touch? They have the portal. Oh, but the doppelganger, you see it come on out, but it doesn't count as a contest DP, and that's going to be the...
Yeah. Nuke doesn't have time to use his ult because he's stunned by Hogs' Ting ult. And he just loses because of this. Good ban.
In particular, besides just the actual implications of the triple Vanguard.
Also, we got an update from production. It is Sentinels on red. That's for what we've seen Sentinels prefer in the past.
So you make sure Wolverine
ban, okay.
If you're intergalactic.
Senior Hoff has been performing on this. The Kraken Impact and continued value. I think it makes a lot of sense. And
no Ting ban.
Still continues to get a ton of value in general on Spider Island. Venom being
they
removed
might
as
not
well
play Venom.
It's unlikely you're going to see too much of that dive
they prefer
style.
the
Especially
Ting
with Star-Lord being protected. I think it makes a lot of sense for Intergalactic.
Mirrors instead of
Star-Lord is very, very strong on this map. There's a lot of high ground to maneuver around.
Venom mirror.
Set up for those galactic legends.
This is what this tells us. Intergalactic is matching. Interesting.
Like FPS
we're getting
tech,
triple
right? Like,
tank on both sides.
Who you're going to get more of, and the reality is that a lot of Moon Knight's kit is more about
exactly the same comps on both sides.
Unless I'm really good at tracking. At this level of play, players like Super Gomez, players like Raimazing, really, really good at tracking. Different world.
And well, ZP, it looks like we are.
Actually, they're not.
We started the map here. I mean,
Super Gomez
very,
is on the
very
Star-Lord. What?
First hold right off the bat, just trying to just stuff them here in the locker.
I guess he just switched to Star-Lord. He was on Tor before.
You know, with both teams playing Hella, that means that we're gonna see, and also Loki, that means we're gonna be seeing some reses. And I mean, Doom getting a res here right off the bat is just keeping the contest alive a little bit longer, but not quite enough. As Intergalactic gonna fall here. Sentinels playing this double duelist, not the triple Vanguard, as opposed to, you know,
they were on Tor
maybe,
before,
we'll play triple Vanguard, but it was actually Intergalactic trying to make that work with Senior Hoff.
Super Gomez right now. A little bit of a quick retreat. Strange portal used. As Intergalactic comes back into the fight, and I do think following the Hella storyline here is going to be really interesting because there's so many sneaky areas you can position both on attack and defense.
Intergalactic's gonna have
where
the ult
you're
first.
not only trying to
Nuke is at
get
90%.
strategists, but you're also
Fidel's
trying
at
to get the
90%
better
too.
of the other Hella, and there's a lot of ways you can play it.
You actually have a pretty big advantage in defensives. Kurva's only at 86, 89.
Both have the ability to.
They can kill them. They can kill them.
Ready. Fate of both worlds
94.
gonna be used.
95.
Copying the Fate of both
Yeah,
worlds.
you're late. Aramori
Staying alive
gets
here
it
on the point, gonna get
first.
some very big kills.
Yeah.
The Wolverine swap for Senior Hoff is very, very big. But Super Gomez and Rymazing controlling the high ground here. And we're going to see this a lot. Duelists just continuing to fight for the high ground. You're probably going to see a lot of the Doctor Stranges floating around, just continuing to try to find picks on these flanks, maybe get reses. As I mean, they're trying to chase down some of those dual Sentinels. But Super Gomez, I mean, he's fast.
Yeah, Gomez
he's
is setting
very,
up
very fast with
behind.
Star-Lord. It's almost impossible to chase down the Star-Lord.
Sometimes you want to be fast, just pick up the
He's going to be
Pararok.
behind him
It's
when he
pretty
starts
effective
ulting.
in the end.
Yeah.
Galactic Legend, though, going to be used here. Super Gomez in over the top. Look for any pickoffs, but you know when everyone's dancing down below.
Yo, Nuke is already at 42%
Luna
for your
ultimate,
next ult. It's
Your
crazy.
options are going to be a little bit limited.
Raze, nice job
Super
with
Gomez
the
looking
alt
down, just
economy.
watching the ants fight over the Dorito. You know, just watching all the ults go down,
Yeah,
viewing from the sky.
the Hella
as
ult
goddess of death
flanking.
comes on in from
Bro,
Rymazing
Fidel,
in the
bro.
back.
You
Gotta
have to
find
know
Fidel,
you're going to
knowing
get...
that there's
Yeah.
no Fate of both worlds. That's actually so well played because
Ooh,
Super Gomez
Rymazing
drops the Black
dies.
Legend, forces those strategist ults, allowing Rymazing to go back in. But still,
Yeah, Nuke
Intergalactic
has his ult.
sustaining here on the point. They have the God of Mischief. They're going to have some opportunity to potentially still stay.
Sentinels so far getting the better of this, the momentum of the fight in their favor, and you know once you start getting a little bit of a break in the front line, this is where Star-Lord can just run forward and just go,
Yeah,
you know, shift
Nuke ult?
one time after another, continue to roll in,
What?
reload, add on the damage, and look at Intergalactic here. I think they let this one go at this point. They're just setting up for defense on second. First, it's gone.
Sometimes those mad recontests are just that, because you give up more ult charge for no reason, you stagger yourself, you don't really get much out of it. And the Intergalactic comp here is having some trouble because you're playing into the Star-Lord, into the Hella that's constantly flanking. You don't have another duelist that's able to contest, and so you're kind of losing these flank lines. You're losing all the pressure. Your strategies are feeling a lot more pressure to pop their ults a little bit earlier. So they need to have something to where they can just remove Gomez, or just they need to allow Senior Hoff to just get way more value.
Again from Gomez
Galactic Legend
already?
From Gomez, Hella often the target of choice. Regeneration domain though, gonna come down.
That's
limits the
actually
impact, but not
insane,
before
bro.
Wolverine gets caught in the same ultimate. So Super Gomez just a little bit of target acquisition change there, Vast, to again
Just
give Sentinels
rolling
momentum.
them.
And right now, Rymazing and Super Gomez they're driving the game. They're entirely is based off all the pressure coming out from those two flanking duelists, in particular Super Gomez, who's just completely uncontested. Senior Hoff finally gonna make it a swap to Namor. I mean, if you're gonna stay on the Wolverine, you just needed just more aggression, more picks. You need to have something happen. So the Namor now, the
Isn't that
contest
Bunny
with Gomez
Hop?
a little bit more.
Oh,
let the
wow,
Monsters spawn in.
wow. He just
Doom's
got
gonna find
cooked.
Rymazing.
Yeah, quick little 1-2 from Doomed, and look, a single pickoff like that can really change the tail of the next fight. Sentinels will see how much they commit. They've already done Fate of Both Worlds. We'll see how much more they put into it, though. Agamotto in from window. No pickoffs, though, immediately after. It's still a fight. Sentinels is in.
Well, there's not going to be a second eye of Agamotto. It's blinded in one eye because Goodbye Kaluge taken down by Nuke. They're still going to have the sustain here as well because they have the God of Mischief. And now Sentinels, they're stuck in this fight. They're going to be able to sustain quite some time, but they don't have
Intergalactic
that
is
second
on
Vanguard. They
Namor. I
don't
love
have
this.
the shielding, and they're probably just going to back up here. And that's exactly what they're doing, taking all the way back here. And Intergalactic trying to find some more as Kaluge dropping a very
interesting
cheeky
TP.
portal to maybe like poke them from behind. I mean, you can, they get back pretty fast here as well, but they want the portal now to do some shenanigans later on.
Yeah, I mean, the downside about using the portal there is that now you're not going to have it to squeeze in like
Well,
a third
if Doom
contest.
can
It
get
kinda
a
puts them in the two-fight
Hella
territory
ult
here for
behind,
second
can be
point,
dead.
right? So, Super Gomez,
Another ult from
Galactic
Gomez.
Legend,
He charges
takes the
ult
top,
so fast, it's
immediately
crazy.
finds Senior Hoff, focuses on the duelist, gets his target, sets up the 6v5, still going into the back line.
That's just so bad for
gets burned on down,
Intergalactic.
and again, Avast, it's the duelist setting the tone for
They're
Sentinels.
just letting Sentinels
It is.
dictate
Why
the
Starlord
entire
has seen
game.
so
They're
much play.
ulting
I mean,
first.
You're just so fast. You put so much pressure out. The Galactic Legend.
They're just
it just
ulting
controls
first,
so,
bro.
especially when you have like large, wide areas like this on the
You
point
won the
B here
fight.
for Spider
You could have
Islands.
taken
You're just
all the
able to
space on the
provide
map.
so much pressure. And with the clobbering time coming in for Hogs, that means that okay, no regeneration domain, no ults being farmed to the strategist, so gets tons and tons of value. Is Intergalactic now going to be looking to defend here on the final point C?
This is a tough point to go into, by the way. Even when we looked at EU, this is the final boss, I feel like, of points in Marvel Rivals. It is not easy to get a full completion
doubt it, bro.
on Spider Island. So we'll see where Intergalactic goes here on the defense. It does not really mean anything for Sentinels if they don't finish out here, but it means the world if they do.
Doom popping that Goddess of Death very, very early, getting blocked out a bit by Kalush with the Cloak of Levitation. There's gonna be some Hellas throwing some orbs at each other as Nook
What the
off the high
fuck
ground.
did
Goodbye,
Nuke
Nook.
do, bro?
So there's no Loki heals anymore.
What the fuck did
That is
the
a rough
Loki
loss
just do?
early
He
in the
just
fight.
jumped
No
up
more
and
strategist ults up here for Intergalactic. Effectively naked
I think
to
the moment
pressure that
might be
Sentinels
too
is gonna
big
putting
for
on
him.
Window. Holds Agamotto. Agamotto in the moment, but instead it's Kalush. Offensive Agamotto sets things up. 3 more
Bro,
picks
what
here
the
for
fuck is
Sentinels.
Nuke doing,
And they are
bro?
getting real close to potentially completing a difficult to complete map.
You gotta embrace your Woodmaster roots. The Eye of Agimoto. You gotta sound really,
what a nice
Midwestern there when
fucking
you go
setup
for it. But
by-
now,
oh my
here comes the
God.
contest out. But Hogs hiding behind,
shit by
dropping the
Nuke.
clobbering time, trying to force out ults. Gonna get out the God of Mischief. Regeneration Domain keeps everyone very, very healthy here for Sentinels as they just leave. It's like, okay, we've clobbered, we've left.
Yeah, also Doomed. Quick pick off on the right maze.
Yeah, Doom
Just
is really
that
good.
one pick off,
Ooh!
buying
Good
more
job by
time
Remy,
window
by
in
Gomez
eye
on the
out.
iframe, the right click.
No extra pickoff zone. Super Gomez now.
To just a
once
strange
more
old-
Galactic Legend being met by Regeneration Domain, so not the easiest. Breaks line of sight for 1 second. Nearly
HP.
gets 2 in the
2
back, but
HP.
not quite. The heals are going to come in, but they have to touch the cart. They have to move in. They're so close to just giving this up for free as Intergalactic have to immediately head back out as they took cover from the Galactic Legend.
Oh, the swap from Senior Hoff onto Star-Lord, so clutch. There are 2 different stellar ships, giving him invincibility frames, making sure he does not go down to the Galactic Legend from Super Gomez. And that's just another reason why Star-Lord just so powerful. You can just be positioned like that, use 2 different dashes just to get out to give you invincibility. As now Sentinels rounding the corner. I mean, they're looking here for the Eye of Agamotto. They do have the Fate of Both Worlds. They're gonna have both strategists ults up. But Intergalactic can ult bank of their own. And really, it's like, where does the clobbering
ults.
time come out? Where's
The
the
hell I
forcing
got
thing already?
ulted.
Impunity gonna drop it right there.
Kalush into the back line, drops the Eye Agamotto. Fate of Both Worlds out on both sides. Everyone dancing, feeling the beat. No one died
that's
here
Senior
just yet.
Hoff.
Senior Hoff, Galactic Legend into the back. Super Gomez super close to his own legend. Both teams looking for the all-important first pick. Health bars being healed back up as quick as they go down. Super Gomez ready to go.
Fidel ult.
Watch the
could be
Galactic
final
Legend.
Window
You gotta
ult.
watch it. Where is he being marked right now, ZP? Because you, like you called out, Super
he's getting
Gomez
pummeled.
has that ult. He's down. No,
Gomez gets
finds
doomed.
such a very important
Ooh.
pick, and Doomed still
I mean,
making some
Remy
pressure
gets
here.
doomed.
But ZP, I mean, this could be a huge Gods of Death.
Gods of Death is out. What's going to deal with it right now? People have to back up from the barrage, but they also need to move forward and touch the payload. I guess it's time for the thing, but the damage dealt by Right Mazing
Impunity
there
has
sets
his
the tone
ult.
for the fight.
Impunity
Or the
has
pickup's gonna be there.
ult.
Kalush just finishes what is set up by the Goddess of Death, and they need to do at least equivalent of Ast on their own attack.
Do a little bit of that little Rocket Raccoon value, getting some armor packs just for the fun out of the spawn from the BRBs. Is now Window trying to make some space. Intergalactic trying to get through the choke very early, and this is where the Conference Sentinels is so dangerous. And in just a journal for this map with now the double duelist is you're gonna be being shot from all the high ground, from behind, everywhere. Star-Lords, Hellas, they're in the trees, CP, and they have to make it
Yeah,
through this choke.
having
It's
DPSs
so
that
difficult
can
because
get
in pushing the
height
payload, you
on
do
this
have to sit
map
at a
is
very,
really
tight
good.
choke point. But as you said,
'Cause you can just
look up the
sit
verticality
on
from
the-
where you're
on the
getting poked down
ceilings.
from. It's not great. It is almost going through war. But
Oh, and that's a great situation for Intergalactic. They forced the early regeneration domain there. So they're going to have that sustained, but are already obviously farming a ton of God of Mischief. And, well, it doesn't matter because they've lost the picks anyways.
you lose Thing early on, and suddenly it's, all right, how do we get back to spawn without losing everyone in the process? Big early pickoff from Sentinels, and Super Gomez even gets on the Doomed. Doom might have tried to just, get the pickoff on the Gomez himself there, but it's always on a knife's edge when those two fight.
Oh, Super Gomez getting a little silly with it. Getting goes to spawn, but luckily gonna survive, has the stellar shifts. Now Intergalactic setting up for their next push. 2 ults already in the bank, but Sentinels, I mean, look at it. They're a very healthy economy themselves, and Intergalactic, they gotta find an option to break this.
Intergalactic, 2 minutes and 30 seconds on his attack. Already doesn't feel like a whole lot of time. right now. Just looking at Super Gomez, ready to become the legend once more.
That's old.
Fate of Two Worlds
early.
early here from Intergalactic, not getting a ton immediately. It is going to force out Fate of Two Worlds on the other side. I have Agamotto in over the top window. It's huge.
The thing into Strange.
Vanguard so big. Clobbering time followed up by the Eye of Agamotto, but they still want to commit Sentinels. I mean, they're still pretty healthy. They want to drop the Galactic Legend. Senior Hoff on the Wolverine. He can do nothing. They're shooting him from the high ground.
Gomez is dead. Rames is gonna have his ult though. Yo, Doomed is just the best player on this team. Holy.
This is gonna clean up this fight.
Doomed
They're
is
gonna get the moving part. They
clean,
need
bro.
a stagger.
Nuke gets a
They need a
res
stagger
too.
so badly here on the Hogs because the issue now is that they've used so many ults. They've used so many ults here. They are going to get the stagger on the Hogs. And they're going to get the portal tech. They're doing the portal tech. Look, Window dropping the portal tech, making sure they can't effectively contest. He counter portals Kaluge. They can't get in here. They can't use the portal to touch point.
Portal comes on out, but they have to watch out for Kaluge, the final boss.
Oh, Senior got
finishing off the payload, drops the Eye of Agamotto. Doesn't quite result
Senior's
in
dead.
much off. I mean, I think it might have
Doomed
been
is probably
result in your
super
off
low.
dying, but Intergalactic, they lose Window towards the end. Off some of the pressure from Amazing on the Goddess of Death, 2 down, and only a minute left here. Vast Intergalactic don't have many more shots at trying to get the first point.
Hogs is hiding.
In fact, aptly named, they have the last stand. They have the last stand with a minute left. I mean, I think this is the issue here is that, like, the Wolverine's such a strong pick, but if you're just not able to deal with these duelists on the high ground, on the vertical differentials, and just find an early pick, I mean, Senior Hoff is doing nothing. He's just staring up in the sky.
It's pretty much even in terms of ults.
There's the flank. Senior Hoff goes to the high ground, trying to find one. The Soul Drainer doesn't get the Pharaoh Leap. I mean, cooldown's down, so now it's round 2, looking for anything.
He was looking for the rooftop grab, doesn't get it, but still last stand on deck. Getting into the
What I'm looking for is Gomez and the Ting's ult on both sides. Gomez, Wolverine can also be really good.
Gossip Mischief used here from Nuck. Fate of Two Worlds in.
Bro, I need to see a Wolverine player grab someone out of the defensive and trying to kill him. Even if you don't kill him,
I mean, you're still looking for the
you can still charge your ult back up
flashing,
super fast.
Flashing leads anything. I have Agamotto. We need what's going to happen here, Intergalactic.
Absolutely no one is dying right now, but finally, the last stand gonna come out from
Senior
Hoff.
Hoff
He ends
is
up getting his life, and it's
dead.
only for the Hela. Only Hela ends up falling here. Super Gomez in over the top, Galactic Legend laying down the damage.
Ooh,
Sentinels
Gomez got got.
end the map here and now. And it's looking like they might just do it. Time has run off the clock. We are in full-on overtime. Intergalactic looking for anything to stay alive.
Beyblade.
Super Gomez dives into the back. The blaster barrage. Luna Snow in his sights as the rest of Intergalactic just getting chunked down one by one. The hold, it's done.
But the thing protected because we gotta have Hogs on the thing, of course. And it's really just a question
It's gonna be the same thing,
I
bro.
feel like this is just matching up to be like, okay, no Wolverine. Like,
unless they
probably
ban
a very
Star-Lord.
Standard composition potentially
no.
minus the
Ooh,
There
they
it
bring
is,
back
on
the
fast.
classic.
We've seen it before. Gonna be up in the skybox.
Triple res,
Looking to put a lot of
Adam,
pressure. Intergalactic,
Mantis.
they need to have some answers
Star-Lord.
here.
The interesting thing too is that you banned the Hela, and obviously part of it is that Amazing has been playing the Hela.
I do
Where,
like
by the way,
Intergalactic's
speaking of,
comp.
new compositions.
Really
coming on
just
out. Kurova, Amazing,
the
Aramori.
classic.
And Amazing
Amazing on fucking Mantis, what the fuck?
Oriented Mantis, something
They're on
you've played a lot,
triple
actually,
support.
Mantis, I mean, essentially
What the
functions as almost another duelist.
I guess Kurova's gonna
there.
play
You
super
have
aggressively.
The allied inspiration, you can damage
Holy
boost your
shit.
allies, you can also damage boost yourself. In return, you have the Spore Slumber to sleep people. So, I mean, there's really a lot of options and utility here from the Mantis that, and on top of that, her primary doesn't have fall off. So it's
Please.
essentially just another duelist.
Kraken Impact out early, Hogs down. Blaster Barrage though, in from Super Gomez, who's getting all the healing in the world. Probably also gonna be getting Mantis support buffs all game long. You have Doomed right now on the Winter Soldier looking for something. Instead, it's gonna be Fate of both worlds coming on out. Both teams doing a little bit of
Ooh, he got
dancing
a lot.
right now. A lot of ults
Got
on deck
Gomez.
for Sentinels in the moment. I have Agamotto.
He know he's
no one
looking
down
for it.
yet, though, for Intergalactic in turn. Instead, it's gonna be Super Gomez using
Gomez
that
does
Adam
have his
Warlock
res.
Resurrection to come right back into play.
Yo, they're gonna be so hard,
Sentinels,
yo.
I mean, using the Adam Warlock to keep the sustain up. I mean, when the heals may not be amazing.
Like,
they
that shit
still
would be
have plenty of
crazy
builds
on
up.
defense. I
Time
don't know
for
on
opportunity.
offense. Do they have enough
Galactic
damage?
Legend out, but Regeneration Domain is up, which means it's going to be very hard to punish some of these players. They
They
need
have
to
no
take it down. They
defensive?
need to let
How?
Super Gomez get some value to the clock. There's going to be the charge coming on in, trying to immobilize some. They aren't going to find anyone, but it is going to be impunity finally caught. And the triple
Senior Hoff is at
strategy here, CP.
95.
It's just keeping so much sustain for Sentinels, where Intergalactic, they just need to find a pick. They need to get Senior Hoff to the back line or something, because they can't just be playing here.
Can we talk about Hogs just playing bounce right now? Intergalactic willingly puts themselves in a room that they have to portal to get out of, because Hogs is just sitting there punching the doorway repeatedly. And the portal,
he's literally a sentient boulder. What are you supposed to do? How are you supposed to get past that?
Yeah, like everyone runs
immovable
the Galactic
object.
Legend. The Galactic Legend basically is used as a credit card for positional advantage, and then Hogs just walks and blocks the doorway. Doesn't move.
The walks and blocks. I like it. Coming up with some combos there. The walks and blocks right there. I mean, Intergalactic here, the ult bank still pretty strong for them. I mean, they're going to have the Hornet Proteus. They'll have the God of Bishop. So they have a Kraken impact. They have some options to get some picks, but they just can't be letting them lose all this position, because as soon as the position is lost, that's where the triple strategy gets the most value to be, because they're just getting the damage boost. They're getting the CC. They're getting all the damage here coming out from the thing, all the damage mitigation as well for his team. So they need to let their double duelist try to make some space for them.
I mean, you go into this next fight, all eyes have to be on Doom, who opens up Bionic Arm, forces out early Agamotto, Kaluge, fate of both worlds out for both teams. Both teams still super healthy.
Oh, he gets a reset.
There's the first reset, and here comes Doomed. After taking down Air Mori, that might just be it. No extra resets there. Instead, Kurova in the back line. Air Mori back into the fight. Ult just
I mean, that team up so strong there for Adam Warlock's DP. I mean, Armor goes down, gives the regenerative cocoon so Armor can make it back, and still staying alive here off that Karmic Revival. There's going to be the Galactic Legend. Can they find anyone? The Legend of the Deep used. There's the clobbering time too, but no one dies. But also, I mean, everyone's just kind of sustaining right now. Super Gomez continues to find picks. Just so much pressure here, so many heals. The damage boost. It's just so tough for Intergalactic.
Well, Gomez is dead, but he's back.
Well, the damage ends up coming to an end. But guess what? You use the cocoon. You're right back in there. That's the upside of being Star-Lord with an Adam Warlock, and the pressure continues. Sentinels keep the convoy moving forward. Second point is theirs.
They're playing a
4
really
minutes left to
versatile.
go here in our match point game, as Sentinels look to be the first
They are
champion
amazing
of
playing
Rivals Fight
support.
Night North America.
Gomez playing tank.
And definitely not as dominant as the VP match was earlier today in EU, but looking still very, very strong here for Sentinels, winning a potential, potential match point option here to be our first Rivals Fight Night champion. As Sentinels hold on to both Vanguard ults, holding on to the Agamotto, holding on to the clobbering time. Intergalactic making the swap to Senior Hoff to Squirrel Goal here for the last point of the path, which, to be fair, it's very enclosed. You do get to build that Squirrel Tsunami very, very quickly. So, I mean, maybe that extra damage is just what they need.
And you can say you hit them with your nuts.
Okay, thank you, Puckett. Thank you so much.
Absolutely, but yeah, I mean, you can't help but not get damage here in this situation, right? Like, the slingshot's gonna hit something. Fate of both worlds, though, out. Both teams jockeying for positioning as it fades. Life pretty even across both sides. Window, though, Eye of Agamotto gotta be looked for here. Into the front it goes. Window. Is the setup gonna be good? Regeneration Domain used in turn, but it's still not enough to save Kaluge. Not quite in it. However,
I need to take space. Get the Adam.
Ultimate in turn.
Get them,
Brings
get
him
them, get
right
them,
back
get
up.
them.
The fight's just not ending.
I mean, however, the Karmic Revival here right in front of everyone, they have to make sure not to go down to the Galactic Legend. There's the Regeneration Domain. Everyone's going to live here for right now. Unlikely Super Gomez going to be able to chase, as, there's the live stream keeping them up. A lot of heals coming out here from the Adam Warlock, but Intergalactic still holding strong. However, they don't have any ults. They have to be very, very worried of these Vanguard ults for Sentinels.
Yeah, particularly Kaluge. I mean, yes, Hogs has had great clobbering times, and okay, check the time. It's clobbering time. Moves on in, drops the Eye of Agamotto, and it's a full team wipe. Just completely.
And they get
fucking. Here comes the portal tech. They're not going to be able to get out as long as it doesn't screw it up. I mean, they just
Everything's
can't get out of
over.
They can't
I mean,
get out
the
of
round's
spawn now.
over.
This is so sad. It's actually so sad.
Balance,
I mean, I don't
balance,
know.
This should definitely be in the game.
It might be just on the edge, but I mean, it's like, what, 20 seconds? Like 10, 20 seconds? Yeah, it's not going to be enough. It's over. I mean, and no timelines does Intergalactic. Doctor Strange just scanned them all. Kaluge is looking Squirrel, not Doomed.
There's no way Doom stays on
It was just
Squirrel.
almost value because they were able to get the root.
No,
They were
still
able to just
super
like
open.
lock Hogs in place. Couldn't use the clobbering time, but Kaluge still unfortunately able to go past, drop the Agamotto now that the CC was done. And it looks like that's what they're going to do.
I want
They're
to try
gonna
to run Rocket, Punisher.
And this point, this map
to literally just destroy Hogs' health bar. What about that? We're not trying this? We don't want to try this?
Playing very, very aggressively here in the front line.
Wouldn't necessarily expect the Star-Lord to be the first one to get brought low by the slingshot, but hey, sometimes it just works that way. Early man advantage here for Sentinels, or rather for Intergalactic, and you know, they just get to keep the pressure on. But
Oh
okay,
my
as
God.
I say that, Super Gomez dives backline. Everyone is dead. That was right-facing everyone in there at the same time. Blink and you miss.
And it's just so hard. And also the downside here for the Squirrel Girl, there's multiple downsides. One, obviously it's tough to fight into the flyers there, but sometimes your acorns are so explosive, it doesn't matter. Two, you give an incredible amount of strategist ult to Sentinels, especially when you're playing triple strategists. Those acorns are absolutely just filling up their bars. As Korova, oh my gosh, with the Cosmic Cluster, no, that's not a serial, that is the secondary fire. And already just going to be getting another pick. And that's the advantage of the Adam Warlock too. On top of the team-up CP, which you've highlighted before, you have a lot of damage from the Mantis and Adam Warlock, which is typically why they run together, because you're getting just their utility.
All the suppressor Sentinels is running to a lot of damage. Hogs is behind him, but you haven't seen him. You haven't seen him.
I mean, that just brings me back is like, it would make sense. But here we go, Hogs, clobbering time.
Are you blind, bro?
Super Gomez down.
Holy shit.
Intergalactic looking to make things work. They drop the Squirrel Tsunami. However, Super Gomez brought right back in. Karmic Rebirth from Korova. Sentinel still at full strength. Guess what? Kalusha's Eye of Agamotto. He's going to drop it in over the top. His fall through going to be there. Korova
Defensive Eye of Agamotto.
There's going to be enough. Those Intergalactic comes on in. God of Mischief. Fate of Two Worlds. And now it's set.
I mean, the ults are gone. The ults are gone here a little bit.
Ooh,
They just have to make sure that Cole's out. Super Gomez fought. What an amazing Maelstrom Madness there. With the Coco Levitation, they're still going to make it out. Try to find a pick here. There's a lot of damage on the field, and they do. And that's what's so brutal about this comp for Intergalactic is that, yes, they have a ton of damage for Doom, but they don't have a lot of necessarily finishing power. And as soon as they break out of a choke, I mean, all of Sentinel's
you know what's crazy?
They can all get a limbs.
Hogs is just cycling through ults like insanely fast. He was behind him earlier in the fight. Press Q during first ult, and now both of their supports are at 50. Fidel's at 60, Senior Huff is at 50. Hugs already has his ult. The thing just charges ult so fast.
Both these fights mattering a whole lot of Ast as the setup continues. Sentinels, though, it might be clobbering time once more as Hogs goes on in, seizes the opportunity.
Yeah, man. The thing is fucking broken, bro. Holy shit.
The follow through is more than enough, and just as terribly there for Windows. On top of the fact they were getting stunned from the clobbering time, they had the anti-heal from
bro.
the Dark Magic.
The thing charges his ult so fast.
In that fight, which maybe could have turned it. And Sentinels are so willing to take these aggressive fights, not just because of the ults, but because if they lose one, okay, we have the Adam Warlock passive, the Regenerative Cocoon, bringing people back alive, and it's just brutal. It's absolutely brutal here to deal with that aggression, even if you're down one.
Final opportunity for Intergalactic tournament life on the line. Right now, we see Doom going in on the Star-Lord, looking for any early pick. Galactic Legend ready. Blaster Barrage to open things up. Fate of Two Worlds from Fidel. Intergalactic trying to make something happen.
Bro, Sentinels has every ult.
Gonna have the Soul Resurgence in here from Rymazing. Sentinels moving forward. What is the next shoe to drop? Kalush has the Eye of Agamotto ready. They get second lives here with the Karmic Rebirth. Intergalactic, though, still just looking.
Sentinels has the advantage. Hug is gonna have his ult up.
What do you have?
They have nothing for. Ooh, they're nuke. Oh, they're on triple support. Intergalactic. Nuke has an ult.
Karmic Rebirth coming on in.
Do they find it, Adam? Hide and seek with Adam C.
This could be it. And how fitting would it be if Gomez is the one to put it away as Sentinels on the verge. They are your first champions of Rivals Fight Night North America.
And Sentinels, I mean, they're showing the strength, showing how flexible they are, and showing just